Welcome everybody to Blerdlines. This is your man Cam. With me as always is
The other Cam, aka Big Kamehameha Wave.
as well as
This is Josh. Hi.
and always keeping us honest.
It's the Professor. Hi.
And we're here checking out the trailer for Clayface. Okay. That's right. It's supposed to be a
Curious?
horror, right?
They're going with the horror, but I think with all of these, they're never truly what you would expect from the genre. You know, they
Right.
can only go so far before they have to pull it back to be the thing it needs to be for the superhero context. I'm not sure if it's in Pattinson's Bat universe or if it's in the DCU.
Supposed to be
Yeah, I
standalone.
don't think they've.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
so Matt Reeves and Gunn are involved in this as producers. So I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
it isn't-
Pattinson. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Patterson universe,
Yeah.
but we won't have Patterson as the Batman later. I don't.
Yeah.
I think this is the Elseworlds thing. So this Clayface is not the same one that we saw in Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
But
It's a different one. Yeah.
you're right, it is the Pattinson because I saw that the logo design is similar to
And it is
And also-
it is the Matt Hagen version.
Matt Hagen. Right.
Yeah, it's the Matt Hagen version. Yeah, Reeves and Gunn are on producing duties.
Producing.
The director
Yeah.
is the same guy that did the Black Mirror series, and so he did Speak No Evil. So I think it's going to be interesting because I think I agree with D'Angelo if like they keep it in that realm where it's a standalone story of a character within something larger, but not necessarily. But we don't need to see Batman in this film, personally.
No.
But and I think if they keep to that, kind of like what they did with the Penguin,
Yeah.
where Batman was a presence, but he wasn't in it per se. And I think if they keep with that same vibe, I think they'll have something here where, you know, I don't think DC has ever done a horror film, and this could be its first one doing it. But it's DC horror, but still something that for like D, you're a big horror fan. Like I would be really curious to see how this kind of plays out in that genre that they're playing in, because we know it's going to have aspects of horror, but will it be a full on horror, or it'll be like horror light and still be in a way that's enjoyable?
It leaves the door wide open for them to give it their own interpretation without being slavish to the comic book version of Matt Hagen. And you made a good point in bringing up Penguin. The Penguin is its own thing. It's not really too much like the comic book version. It's actually probably the best iteration of the Penguin that I've ever seen. And likewise, Batman was not to be found. He was barely even mentioned. He was mentioned sort of in passing and not as Batman so much as the guy who beats people up in the alleys at night kind of a deal. So I think if you do the same thing, you're probably gonna have the similar success, because I didn't think Penguin was gonna be that good, and Penguin wound up being one of the best shows that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it stuck to tell you from his point of view. That's always a good thing, because it shows that the world is big and small at the same time. It's big because there is all of these things going on, but it's also small because you can take the world and put it from the eyes of this one character. Penguin's world was the world we saw. Batman wouldn't be privy to that, or anyone in his circle wouldn't be privy to that world until he steps in to try to deal with Penguin. And as we saw, Penguin was doing everything he could to stay off of his radar. Yep. And it's not until the very end, when he's gained power and all these, and he's stepping up, that we see the last shot. Boom! The bat signal comes on. So right. I can see that
most of the dirt he was doing was during the day, specifically to avoid being on Batman's radar.
Yeah, but at the end there, he's seemingly making partnerships with corrupt politicians. He stepped up his power, like he gained a lot more power in that moment. And so what you see is, okay, here's the Penguin. He's more powerful than he was at the beginning of this story and at the end of the Batman. So now Batman might have to deal with him. We don't know if he will in future movies, but we know that now he's a threat that the Batman will have to tend to.
I do enjoy the Reeves universe of Batman because it does give shine to the lesser known, more realistic villains that can have real world threat applications, like a mass murderer or serial killer. So like I'm hoping we get some introductions to, I can't think of his name, Zaz, Peter Zaz, whatever, the guy that marks himself,
Victor Zsasz.
Victor Zaz and Calendar Man, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So those that were like jokes, you can play within this sandbox of the lesser known rogues gallery of Batman villains and make them
Condiment Man.
Yeah, like just you know what I'm saying? You can just take it and do something real serious with it and like really focus on them and have them as standalone movies without having to put Batman in it. We can deal with the detectives, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like what Gotham tried to be without Batman, but more serious. Like I enjoy a show that, like the Penguin, gave you that Batman's in this world and they do things specifically so Batman is not on their radar, or they're not on Batman's radar. And I like that if we can have like an actual like a 7, but with Calendar Man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that they could go in that kind of direction a little bit. Every movie doesn't have to be that way, but I like that it's opened up some opportunities to have that type of exploration with this world.
You're right. They could pick any one of those like really silly ones and flip it on its head and make it really dope, ground level, interesting type stuff.
Between Hush, The Long Halloween, Batman Year One, there's a lot of great ground level storytelling in those that even rope in villains like Harvey Dent, and it becomes like a huge thing, but still in that grounded detective work stuff. So
I'm not a horror guy, I'm not a Batman guy, but I will watch this because it's a Batman story without Batman. You know, I love those. But yeah, we're definitely curious about watching this. It'd be really dope. Once again, thanks for rocking with us. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, do all the things. We out. Peace.